Oh, hello. My name is Ava. Today we're gonna talk about the other new topic, which is I'm so excited. Hello, Richard. Hello, Henry.
Hello, Eva and Henry. Hello, Global Fellow Fighters. I'm very happy to be with you again. Today is very exciting day.
Hello, Eva. Hello, Richard. Nice to have you here. Thank you for having me on.
Yes, today we which is I need to thanks Richard. He read another report, very important. That's released April 17 this month. So this is really fresh, and we want to talk about this. And Richard, think about it's the first time we can finish the whole report. Oh, how many pages? Like I remember it's 500 something, right?
Yeah, over 500 pages.
Wow. And then let's see the first the origin of coronavirus pandemic. We're gonna talk now. Let's see the White House website. What do they say? So important. You want to start a little bit, Richard?
Oh, okay, thank you, Eva. Yeah, today we're going to talk about this report from the House of Representatives. It's about the origins of the COVID-19. So the it's released by the White House website on April 18, just several days ago. And we think it's very necessary for us to explain a little bit about this report to our friends. And the conclusion of this report is called lab leak. You see the website of the White House. The lab leak and the true origins of of COVID-19. So this is the real, and with Donald Trump's administration. Wow. So the next page we're gonna compare. The next page we're gonna compare the two reports about the origins of COVID-19, and the first is from the House of Representatives. So the name of this report is called After Action Review of the COVID-19 Pandemic and the lessons learned and the path forward. So actually, it's also called House Oversight Report from the White House website, and it is made by the select subcommittee on the coronavirus pandemic committee on oversight and accountability. Wow, it's it's real. And the date of completion is December 4th, 2024, and released by this White House website. And the date of release is April 18, 2025. Ava, this is a special day, right? It's one day before
Yeah.
April 19, because April 19 is a Saturday, and April 18 is a Friday. It's a working day. And the important thing is that this report is from the standpoint of the USA, American, domestic, like governmental institute or governmental departments, and in the opposite to the Senate, the Senate report. We know that we have made this broadcasting for many episodes about this report. It's called Marco Rubio's, the origin of COVID-19 report, and the name is called A Complex and Grave Situation, a political chronology of the SARS-CoV-2 outbreak. And this is made by the Marco Rubio's office and released by the office. And it's released on May 17, 2023. And this report is based on what happened in communist China, especially by the CCP. So this report from the Senate is mainly, talking about not too much about academic analysis, but the political analysis, and also by the news and the articles, whatever in China, in communist China by the CCP. So these are the two reports at the comparison, Ava.
Yes. And one thing, so do you want to tell the audience what's the color for the maybe later, right? And then let's see the next page. The
Yeah.
next page we let's talk about. Do you want to finish this page and after
Okay.
that you tell the audience what's the color for, like
Yeah.
yeah, please.
Right. Right. So I think to talk about this report, it's over 500 pages. We cannot explain one by one. So it's too complicated. But I found that the index of this report is very clear, and also highlights are in the index. That is why we think that we can just review the index of this report, and also find for each key part or key paragraph, we found the key the sentence or the paragraph or whatever, the hearing or facts about, especially about the CCP, right? So we're gonna present to our audience. So firstly, the chapter 1 of this report is about the origins of the coronavirus pandemic, including but not limited to the federal government's funding of gain of function research. Well, we fellow fighters know this one.
Yeah.
And there are, the first part is unknown origin of COVID-19. There are two parts. A, SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, likely emerged because of a lab or research related accident. So it's very clear. And the second is that the proximal origin of SARS-CoV-2 was prompted by the Dr. Fauci, to disprove the lab leak theory. And yeah, Eva.
Yeah. So let's see the next page. Henry want to talk about this Robert, this guy, and also the color. What's that mean? Richard, you want to tell the audience first?
Yeah,
Like
before Henry start, I want to explain a little bit about the format of this report. They put because this report, they make this report out of a lot of hearings, and also the proof and the facts the government obtained from different sources. And they did a lot of hearings on the governmental staff, officials, or scientists regarding the virus, right? COVID-19. So the color of blue, it's part of the testimony of the hearing that the Congress made, with this, in each individuals. And the second part is about the facts, which is in red color. So it's easy to define, or easy to see what is this and that. Eva,
Okay.
I think Henry can continue.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
So this is the testimony given by Dr. Robert Redfield when he like a testimony before the Congress public hearing. So please note that Dr. Robert Redfield was a former director of U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. So on March the 8th, 2023, Dr. Redfield testified, and quote unquote, from the earliest days of pandemic, my view was that both theory about the origin of COVID-19 needed to be aggressively and thoroughly examined. Based on my initial analysis of the data, I came to believe, and I still believe today, that it indicates COVID-19 infections may likely was the result of an accidental lab leak than the result of a natural spillover event. This conclusion is based primarily on the biology of virus itself. It's including its rapid high in infectivity for human to human transmission, which would then predict the rapid evolution for new variants, as well as members of the other important factors, to include the unusual actions in and around Wuhan in the fall of 2019.
Okay, thank you. What about next page? You wanna finish that? And I see this page is there's like a kind of an email and have the right line. Is what's that mean? The right line is the Richard. Do you know that?
Yeah,
They
the
are
red line is a fact, Henry.
okay.
Yeah, okay. So this is a testimony given by Dr. Jeremy Farrow, Chief Scientist in the World Health Organization. So on 2020 January, so according to Dr. Farah, the initial discussion regarding the sequence of COVID-19 and any unusual aspects began on January the 8th or 9th. At that point, it's unclear what the concerns were or who exactly was involved. However, emails suggest that Dr. Farrow called both Chinese officials and Dr. Collins. So this is the facts, like email exchanges, like communication. So between those people, in this email, it says, thanks, Eddie. I will, recheck emails and phone. I will try and do that today. I think it really starts on the 8th or 9th January, and course you and I had with China and our origin sequence. And others were also on those calls, Francis Collins, Mike Ferguson, Patrick Winans. I would suggest we get the sequence of events absolutely right before replying. Best wishes, Jeremy. So in this email, that means those scientists, WHO scientists, they already know there is they already know what's going on, okay? And later they try to cover up. But this is a fact, before, it's make it public to the world, okay? Eva?
Oh, okay. Is that one sequence? I remember, is that talk about the 2020 January 12 and the 14 and the 17, the 3 times, like 3 days, they send a secret to NIH and then they take back and then they send again. Is that one? Richard, do you know this?
No, I think this one is, you see the finding. The finding is that the proximal origin of SARS-CoV-2 was prompted by Dr. Fauci to disprove the lab leak theory. The Dr. Fauci, even today, he said that, oh, this virus is from COVID-19 is from natural, right? Not from the man-made. But and there's also they support one book, to support this theory. The book name is called the Proximal Origin of SARS-CoV-2, and the author of this book is called Anderson and others. The Christian G. Anderson. In this email, this Jeremy Farrar sent the email to Anderson and also copy to Anderson and copy to Fauci about what? About this author, even this author about this book, he tried to convince Dr. Fauci that this virus is not from natural, and but the hearing about of this Farah, Dr. Farah, is that regarding the sequence of COVID-19, and he said that he or they are not very clear about exactly what is the sequence and who exactly was involved of getting the sequence and this and that. But the email state very clearly that they knew it before. They knew it before, So this is the contradict each other about the facts and what he did at the hearing.
Okay. So let's see the next page. Henry, you wanna read this?
Okay. So it so okay. So it's talking about the Eco Health Alliance, like the affiliates of uh, Eco Health Alliance. So Eco-Alliance Incorporation facilitated gain-of-function research at Wuhan Institute of Virology. Eco Health Alliance submitted its year 5 annual progress report nearly 2 years later. So ECO also failed to timely report on a dangerous experiment to the U.S. National Institute of Health. And Eco Health Alliance also failed to provide the U.S. National Institute of Health with research the U.S. taxpayers funded. Okay, and then the next one is to get a grant reinstated. Eco Alliance misled the U.S. National Institute of Health regarding the physical locations of U.S. funded samples. Okay, so the next one is the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency rejected Eco Health Alliance. So defuse proposed because of lack of gain of function or dual use research of concern planned. The last one is Department of Justice impaneled the criminal grand jury to investigate the origin of COVID-19.
Okay. So this page already make a list about the Eco Health Alliance. They done a lot of bad things for my perspective. What about Richard? You want to talk about it, Wes?
Yeah, Ava, thank you. Yeah, actually, as Henry explained, this eco health, we know, from my school that eco health in Chinese is called 生态联盟, right? So Peter Daszak and eco health, they are together, they are the same thing. And they are the main entity and institute of, facilitating this gain of function research to Wuhan. This is a key part, about the origin of the COVID-19.
Okay, so let's see the next page. Henry, you want to read this page again?
Okay, next one.
This one, Eco Health Online.
Okay, so next one?
Yeah,
okay.
This one, yeah.
Okay. Okay, the U.S. National Institute of Health, right? And the National Institute of Energy and Infectious Disease failed to oversee, Eco Health Alliance. Okay, and then Dr. Fauci played, semantics with the definition of gain of function research. And next one, the U.S.
Henry, I think it's not this page. It's
okay.
A page before this page. So I can read a little bit.
Okay,
maybe okay. The letter is too small for you to read. So
okay.
For this Eco Health Alliance, actually we picked this part, to explain how to define that the Eco Health facilitate gain of function research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. So the Dr. Barik, we know Dr. Barik, right? We fellow fighters know that Miles Guo told us, several times about this key guy. That he is a professor of Department of Epidemiology at the University of North Carolina, and his hearing was with the Congress happened on January 22nd, 2024, and Dr. Barik previously stated that and testified that WIV should not have been conducting this type of research at the BSL-2, and this is divergence from the beliefs of Dr. Daszak. And the divergence was exemplified by the following email. So the following email is from Barik to Peter Daszak, Eco Health, Peter Daszak. And the content of this email is about, the key articles and the research made by, the so many Chinese, then I don't know, but, several we know, that the Shi Zhenli, the bad lady from WIV, right? And also Peter Daszak. And also Dr. Ralph Barik said that, I think there are at least one more such paper oh, this is about the paper, and I will forward later to the editor. Looks like he has contact with those editors, and but so you should be informed that this methodology continued into 2020. So that means, according to this email, he already know that the WIV, Wuhan Institute of Virology, is doing this kind of research. But his statement or testimony before the Congress is totally different. So, but this is the report. I think it's interesting.
Okay, so next page, you want to finish that, Richard? Like here, they talk about the 5 things. Yeah, this page.
Okay. So this is about NIH, the failures of NIH and the failures of NIAID. So this the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, this index. And there are several parts of this part, and the A, B, C, D, E. So the A is about, the NIH and NIAID failed to oversee the Eco Health Alliance. And the second is that Dr. Fauci played semantics with the definition of gain of function research. Yeah, that means he tried to, play this, the letter game, to see, oh, the gain of function is not this gain of function and that, And the third one, the C, is NIH and NIAID granted the U.S. taxpayers' money to Chinese People's Liberation Army, Chinese CCP, PLA. Wow, it's it's surprising. And the D is the senior NIAID leadership fostered an environment that promoted evading the Freedom of Information Act. And the fifth is about a National Institute of AID, Freedom of Information Act official apparently aided others in effort to evade the Freedom Information Act. So we can see the next page about the findings of this NIH and NIAID, like granted the U.S. Taxpayers' money to PLA. You see, this Mr. F. Gray Handley, and he is he associate director of NIAID, and he made the like a testimony. I think on 2020 April 13 that Mr. Handley prepared a background document outlining NIAID's interaction with China and its current relationship with various grantees. This document was presented to Dr. Fauci as an illustrative example of lack of vetting of both foreign labs and collaborators. This document lists at least 3 grants that include Dr. Yusheng Zhou, a known CCP member and PLA officer, as a collaborator. Wow, this is a key part. Yeah. You see the two documents, 2 grants to about this, the rational design and the evaluation of normal mRNA vaccine against MERS-CoV. It's a New York Block Center. Collaborator is Zhou Yusheng from from Beijing Institute of Microbiology and Epidemiology, China. So we know that, Ava, this is the institute that, Miles Guo told us, Chengwei, right? So, in Chinese called Beijing 微生物和传染病研究所. It's like, it's a part of the POA, right? Part of AMMS. And this Zhou Yusheng is from this institute. It's a POA, right? Yeah. And another one, the structure-based design of coronavirus subunit vaccines. Also collaborators, Zhou Yusheng from this same institute. So the 3 grantees, they received money from USAID, right? And Dr. Fauci know it. Wow, this is explosive news. I think this report is really, wow.
I don't think they can have a good sleep, right? They are so scared. But this one, I sometimes when I like notice or when I read more, I feel they are how come like a Fauci, they are like they really brief, like they use the tax, the United States, American people's tax money to funding the POA, and then they just doing like this. But no matter what, Miles School told us the Fauci gonna be go to the jail. He belong to the jail. How about Henry? You want to say something?
Sure. Yeah, I think if I didn't make a mistake, that Zhou Yusen was dead. If I didn't make mistake, so we can do some research later. I think he was silenced because of this, Okay, later. So as we know that the several reports on the origin of COVID-19 has been done by different branches of U.S. government. Done by CIA, Homeland Security, or energy and State Department. So as well as the House of Representative and the Senator. Just 2 days ago, the White House launched this a new website, champion the theory that the virus that caused the pandemic was man-made, pathogen that leak from the Wuhan from lab. So this administration new website takes a nap in leak theory even further than most of those reports, stating, saying that the virus, possess a biological characteristic that is not found in nature, and quote unquote. If there is evidence of a natural origin, it would have already surfaced, but it hasn't. Okay, so but so far, have you guys heard about any report on origin of CCP virus in China? Even though the CCP has been spreading the disinformation that the U.S. release. Oh, they always brainwash or propaganda to the Chinese people. Say, hey, the virus that caused the pandemic, is released, by unleashed by the U.S. government. Okay, so but this website, but what the point I'm trying to say is that China has never done any. The communist China has never done any report like this. Okay, they just try to hide and okay, and then they never prove to the Chinese people that what they said. So if they do, they should let the bad woman like a Sydney talk freely, or let the Zhou Yusen or like the those researchers in Wuhan lab, those people come to the United States or in China, so they let them talk. Okay, so I challenge them, will come out to have a a debate openly on TV, whether you said it's man-made or it's what it's engineered. Okay, or I mean it's from the nature. So the CCP just to make sure not to let this kind of thing happen. So the only thing that it does again and again is to cover and to any country. If they mention about, do you still remember in the history? I mean, in early 2020, the Austrian government, okay, they try to determine to probe into the bottom of the origin of this virus. But the Chinese government, the CCP government, has threatened them. Hey, if you do this, I would what? I would, oh, did not allow our Chinese guests, visitors to visit your country, and then would not buy your, iron ore, or we do not, allow people to buy your, wine. So the foreign department, the spokeswoman Hua Chunyi even threatened to, Australian government. So that's weird, So that's ridiculous. That's why they try to hide. Okay, Ava.
Sure. Let's see, Miles Guo, as 2020 the year, he tell the word, the clip, 1 minute, you will understand why they're doing this.
But I want to give you warning. Now, number one dangerous country is America. Number one nationality is dangerous is you. You get big trouble from CCP. Similar before 1926 to 1938. Why? You look, Wall Street and Israel, how big fans support CCP and finance. Now, CCP in the Middle East, in the Iran, in the Pakistan, and make the P3 lamp. Biology weapon is the P3 lamp. Why they need this? Because of the coronavirus, they find a cheaper, good, low cost, very easy can kill big, is the quantity, big quantity is the people. Now they find out the solution. Don't need a developer nuclear bomb. You developer biology weapon kill you.
Go ahead, Richard, you want to talk about a little bit? They think about what? They think about this kind of stuff that kill a lot of people and the cheaper way. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. Miles, we know that Miles Guo had this kind of, like pursuit of taking down the CCP for over 30 years. And he, like hid in and pretended to be, together with them to get more information and know more about the CCP for many years. And he explained to us that the CCP had this kind of strategy of bioweapon for many years, for decades. And because, we know that in communist China, under the CCP's administration or ruling, Chinese people have no innovation. They cannot do anything, but, everything technology, it's, stolen from the Western countries. But they found that only one thing they can do, to kill the Western people with the grand, quantity or population, it's a bioweapon. So they colluded with, I think the power from the other country and they get the technology, and also they try to build this P3 lab in other countries and to expose or to spread this kind of a lab and try to kill more people globally. This is the evil CCP era, and Miles Guo told us, from the beginning.
Yes, that's why we always come out to doing this broadcast. We want to wake up people and then join us, join the NFSC to with us and take down the Chinese Communist Party. So I think almost there time. Harry, you want to say something before we say bye-bye to the audience?
Yeah, so just say a few words about the mouse the video. So that CCP is not shy about what he is doing. You can see his report to the BWC, a bioweapon convention in 2011. So it already outlines what it should do, quote unquote, to create what? To create a potential for biological weapon based on genetic differences between races. So why bioweapon? Conventional weapons such as fighters, cannons, missiles, or battlefields won't do. Never will highly destructive weapons such as nuclear weapons. So the civilians think they are not foolish as to want the perish together with their enemy, like America. So by using nuclear weapons. So despite the fact that they have been, is claiming that they have the, so they think, this is in one word cheaper and more economic, and then so yeah, this is their long, like planned, our plan. Okay.
Sure. So next week, we're gonna continually talk about this report. Let's say take down CCP and then say goodbye to the audience. Take down CCP.
Take down the CCP. Take down CCP. Take down CCP.